Hello student, good morning. Myself Sri K.D. Bursesar, biology subject teacher. In previous lecture we learned control and coordination chapter content concept, formation of typical spinal nerve, how formation of typical spinal nerve. Also we learn reflex action. What is reflex action? Different types of reflex action. Today we are going to learn some more concept including control and coordination chapter, autonomic nervous system. ANS means autonomic nervous system. Let us start. What is ANS? Means autonomic nervous system. According to recent study, ANS under control of CNS. According to recent studies, autonomic nervous system under control of central nervous system and nerve arising from it, PNS. So on the basis of this, according to this view, that is ANS under control, CNS and nerve arising from PNS. According to this view, PNS is divided into somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. On the basis of ANS under control of CNS and nerve arising from PNS, according to this view, PNS is divided into somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. So we learn difference between somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Somatic nervous system, autonomic nervous system. In somatic nervous system, transmits impulses from CNS to skeletal muscles, transmits impulses from CNS to skeletal muscles or voluntary muscles of the body called as somatic nervous system, transmit impulses from CNS to skeletal muscles or voluntary muscles of the body called as somatic nervous system. What is autonomic nervous system? Transmit impulses from CNS to involuntary organs. Transmits impulses from CNS to involuntary organs or smooth muscles of the body called as ANS. So this is different between somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. No doubt transmit impulses from CNS in both, but impulses transmission from CNS to skeletal muscle or voluntary muscles in somatic nervous system. Impulses transmission from CNS to involuntary organs and smooth muscles of the body in autonomic nervous system. So this is the main difference between somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. In somatic nervous system, control skeletal muscles, voluntary muscles. In autonomic nervous system, control involuntary organs and smooth muscles. Hope that you understood everything what is different between somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Now we learn autonomic nervous system. You know, autonomic nervous system transmit impulses from CNS to involuntary organs and smooth muscles of the body called as autonomic nervous system. Means autonomic nervous system control involuntary organs and smooth muscles through transmit impulse CNS. Involuntary organs, for example, heart, cardiac muscles, are controlled by ANS, because in ANS transmit impulses from CNS to cardiac muscles of the heart, that is involuntary organ. So involuntary control is done by ANS, means ANS transmit impulses from CNS to involuntary organs and smooth muscles of the body. ANS consists of a special set of peripheral nerves. ANS consists of a special set of peripheral nerves that regulate activity of involuntary organs. Like cardiac muscles, smooth muscles and glands. Means in simply ANS controlled through CNS and PNS. ANS consists of a special set of peripheral nerves that regulate activity of involuntary organs like cardiac muscles, smooth muscles and glands. Means heart activity, smooth muscles activity, different gland activity are controlled by or regulated by peripheral nerve set of the ANS. ANS include three components: autonomous ganglion, pre-ganglionic neuron and post-ganglionic neuron. What are the three components of ANS? Autonomous ganglion, pre-ganglionic neuron and post-ganglionic neuron are the three components of autonomic nervous system. How these three components are control different activity of involuntary organs, smooth muscles and glands. Impulses transmitted from CNS to autonomous ganglion. Impulses transmitted from CNS to autonomous ganglion. This is the autonomous ganglion through pre-ganglionic neuron. Then such impulses transmitted from autonomous ganglion. Then such impulses transmitted from autonomous ganglion to an effector organs. Through post-ganglionic neuron. This is the post-ganglionic neuron. Such type of controlled major process takes place by autonomous nervous system. Means how autonomous nervous system control effector organs or involuntary organs or smooth muscles or glands. Impulses transmitted from CNS to autonomous ganglion through pre-ganglionic neuron. Then such impulses transmitted from autonomous ganglion to an effector organ through post-ganglionic neuron. Then effector organ effect on particular activity. So such type of control measures seen in autonomous nervous system. Seen here diagrammatic representation how ANS control effector organs or involuntary organs or smooth muscles or glands. Seen here, this is the central nervous system, spinal cord, central nervous system. This central nervous system transmit impulses through preganglionic neuron to autonomous ganglion. This is the autonomous ganglion. So, impulse transmitted from CNS to autonomous ganglion through preganglionic neuron. So this is the preganglionic neuron. Impulse transmission from CNS to autonomous ganglion. Then such impulse transmission from autonomous ganglion to effector organ like cardiac muscles, smooth muscles and glands through postganglionic neuron. Means postganglionic neuron is present in between autonomous ganglion and effector organ, while preganglionic neuron present in between central nervous system and autonomous ganglion. So in between preganglionic neuron and autonomous ganglion present a synapse. Also in between postganglionic neuron and effector organs present a synapse. So such type of control measure seen in autonomous nervous system. Always remember, autonomous ganglion, preganglionic neuron, postganglionic neuron are the components of autonomous nervous system, and through these three components impulse transmitted from CNS to autonomous ganglion through preganglionic neuron, then such impulse transmitted from autonomous ganglion to an effector organ through postganglionic neuron. Up to this we detail discuss how autonomous nervous system control effector organs or involuntary organs, cardiac muscles, smooth muscles and glands. Now we learn autonomous nervous system consists of two types, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Autonomous nervous system consists of sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. We learn difference between sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Seen here sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. In sympathetic nervous system, it is also called as thoracolumbar outflow. Sympathetic nervous system also called as thoracolumbar outflow. Parasympathetic nervous system also called as craniosacral outflow. So this is the difference between sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system point of view. First point, it is also called as thoracolumbar outflow, also called as craniosacral outflow. Second point, in sympathetic nervous system is formed by 22 pair of sympathetic ganglia. 22 pair of sympathetic ganglia lie on pair of sympathetic cords on lateral side of the spinal cord of vertebral column. means spinal cord is present in the vertebral column neural canal. So right and left sides sympathetic cords are present. On the cord present 12 pair of sympathetic ganglion on the sympathetic nervous system ganglions. Parasympathetic nervous system consists of branches from cranial, 3rd, 7th, 9th and 10th. Sacral nerves, 3rd and sacral nerves, 2nd and 3rd, and spinal, 4th nerves. This is most important differentiation between sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system point. There are 12 pair of sympathetic ganglion present in sympathetic nervous system that lie on pair of sympathetic cord on lateral side of the spinal cord, while parasympathetic nervous system consists of branches from cranial, 3rd, 7th, 9th and 10 nerves, sacral, 2nd and 3rd, and spinal, 4th nerves. Up to this we detail discuss two differentiation between points of view, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Now we learn third point. Preganglionic nerve are short and postganglionic nerve are long. Seen in sympathetic nervous system, preganglionic nerve are short and postganglionic nerve are long. Seen in sympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system, preganglionic nerve are long and postganglionic nerve are short. Seen in parasympathetic nervous system. Seen here diagrammatic representation. In sympathetic nervous system, preganglionic nerve are short. This is the preganglionic neuron or nerve is short than the postganglionic neuron. You know, this one is autonomous ganglion. In between autonomous ganglion and central nervous system present preganglionic neuron or nerve in sympathetic nervous system. So this preganglionic neuron is short, while postganglionic neuron present in between autonomous ganglion to effector organ, seen here, very long. So in sympathetic nervous system, preganglionic nerve are short, seen here short. Postganglionic neuron is long, seen here long. In parasympathetic nervous system, preganglionic neuron is long, while postganglionic neuron is short. Seen here, this one is preganglionic neuron. So this is no doubt very long, seen here. So preganglionic neuron or nerve are long and postganglionic nerve are short. So postganglionic nerve are present in between autonomous ganglion and effector organ. So this is very short, seen in parasympathetic nervous system. So this is the main differentiation between sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Adrenaline and non-adrenaline, always remember, adrenaline and non-adrenaline are produced at terminal end of postganglionic nerve. seen here. Diagrammatic representation: post-ganglionic nerve present in between autonomous ganglion and effector organ. So terminal portion of the post-ganglionic neuron is connected to effector organs like smooth muscles, cardiac muscles or gland. So terminal part of the post-ganglionic nerve produce adrenaline and non-adrenaline chemical. Such adrenaline, non-adrenaline chemical at effector organ. Hence, this post-ganglionic nerve are called as adrenergic fiber. Why post-ganglionic nerve contain fiber are called as adrenergic fiber? Because post-ganglionic nerve terminal end produce adrenaline and non-adrenaline chemical material, so called them adrenergic fibers. Parasympathetic nervous system: acetylcholine is produced at the terminal end of post-ganglionic nerve. Seen here, post-ganglionic nerve present in between autonomous ganglion and effector organ. So terminal portion of the post-ganglionic nerve is connected to muscles. In between them synapse is present. So this synapse contain chemical material called as acetylcholine, secreted or produced by post-ganglionic nerve terminal portion at effector organ. Acetylcholine is produced by terminal end of post-ganglionic nerve. So post-ganglionic nerve of parasympathetic nervous system are called as cholinergic fiber. Why post-ganglionic nerve of parasympathetic nervous system are called as cholinergic fiber? Because it produce acetylcholine material, so called them cholinergic fiber. Seen here, in sympathetic nervous system, post-ganglionic nerve are called them adrenergic fiber, and parasympathetic nervous system post-ganglionic nerve called them cholinergic fiber. So up to this we detail discuss total 4 different characteristic features of sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. We learn point number 5. In sympathetic nervous system, it works through adrenaline and non-adrenaline. In sympathetic nervous system, it works through adrenaline and non-adrenaline, while parasympathetic nervous system, it works through acetylcholine. Sympathetic nervous system control body activity during emergency. Sympathetic nervous system control body activity during emergency with the help of adrenaline and non-adrenaline, fight and flight response. Parasympathetic nervous system is antagonistic to sympathetic nervous system, means opposite to sympathetic nervous system, that is, it bring back to control with the help of acetylcholine. Means sympathetic nervous system, its work is with the help of acetylcholine, with the help of adrenaline and non-adrenaline chemical material, control body activity during the emergency like fight and flight. But parasympathetic nervous system control with the help of acetylcholine, antagonistic effect of sympathetic nervous system. याचा अर्थ sympathetic nervous system जे वर्क करते त्याच्या अपोजिट वर्क पॅरासिम्पॅथॅटिक नर्वस सिस्टीम करत असते. सो इट ब्रिंग बॅक टू नॉर्मल. अप टू दिस वी डिटेल डिस्कस sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system are the two types of autonomous nervous system. Now we learn comparative effect on organs and regions by sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. In column 1, organs and regions. Second column, sympathetic effect, parasympathetic effect, organ and region. Heartbeat, you know. Heartbeat is increases by sympathetic effect. Heartbeat is decreases by parasympathetic effect. Means parasympathetic nervous system is antagonistic effect of sympathetic nervous system, means opposite effect of sympathetic nervous system. If heartbeat is increases by sympathetic nervous system, that decreases by parasympathetic nervous system. Blood vessels constrict by sympathetic effect, dilated by parasympathetic effect. When blood vessels are constricted by sympathetic effect, at that time parasympathetic effect is dilated blood vessels, so normal condition provide the blood vessels. Arterial blood pressure increases by effect of sympathetic nervous system. Arterial blood pressure decreases by effect of parasympathetic nervous system. Pupil of the eye dilated by sympathetic effect. Pupil of the eye constricted by parasympathetic effect. Means here clearly seen that parasympathetic effect are antagonistic effect of the sympathetic effect. Gastrointestinal movement, stomach and intestine, retard peristalsis by effect of sympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system effect accelerate peristalsis. जेव्हा पेरिस्टाल्सिस रिटार्ड करते सिम्पॅथॅटिक नर्वस सिस्टीम, तेव्हा पॅरासिम्पॅथॅटिक नर्वस सिस्टीम ॲक्सिलरेट करते पेरिस्टाल्सिस मुवमेंटला. अँड लास्ट, युरिनरी ब्लॅडर रिलॅक्सेस द bladder by effect of sympathetic nervous system, but parasympathetic nervous system contract the bladder of urinary system. Urinary bladder contract by effect of parasympathetic nervous system. Urinary bladder relaxes effect by sympathetic nervous system. Here noted different organs and regions, sympathetic nervous system effect, parasympathetic nervous system effect. Hope that you understood everything. Now review today's topic. We learn in today's lecture autonomic nervous system, ANS, difference between somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. While autonomic nervous system consists of two systems, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system, we learn difference between sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. On the basis of today's lecture, some exercise question noted here. MCQ question number 1. Impulse transmit from CNS to skeletal muscles or voluntary muscles of the body somatic nervous system, autonomic nervous system, both A and B, none of this? Yes. The correct answer is somatic nervous system. Impulse transmit from CNS to skeletal muscles on voluntary or voluntary muscles of the body. How many pair of sympathetic ganglia lie on the pair of sympathetic cords? 11 pair, 12 pair, 22 pair and 31 pair. Yes, the correct answer. Total 22 pairs of sympathetic ganglia lie on pair of sympathetic cord. So C, 22 pair, correct option. In sympathetic nervous system, terminal and post-ganglionic nerve produce adrenaline, acetylcholine, non-adrenaline, both A and B, both A and C. Yes, the correct answer. Sympathetic nervous system, terminal end of post-ganglionic neuron produce adrenaline as well as non-adrenaline, means the correct answer is D, both A and C. Short answer question number 1. What are the components of ANS? Yes, there are 3 components of ANS. Number 1, autonomous ganglion. Second, pre-ganglionic neuron. And third, post-ganglionic neuron. Which are the 2 systems of ANS? Sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. In parasympathetic nervous system, terminal end of post-ganglionic neuron produce chemical called as, yes, acetylcholine. Why? Post-ganglionic nerve fiber are called as cholinergic fiber because post-ganglionic nerve fiber produce acetylcholine material, so called them cholinergic fiber. Why post-ganglionic nerve fiber are called as adrenergic fiber? Because post-ganglionic nerve fiber produce adrenaline and non-adrenaline, so called them adrenergic fiber. In autonomous nervous system, post-ganglionic neuron present in between, yes, post-ganglionic neuron present in between autoganglion and effector organs. Fill in the blanks. Here organ region, heartbeat. Sympathetic effect increases heartbeat. Parasympathetic effect decreases heartbeat. Here arterial pressure is also increases in sympathetic effect. Arterial pressure decreases in parasympathetic effect. Here gastrointestinal movement of the stomach and intestine retard peristalsis, while gastrointestinal movement and stomach and intestine accelerate peristalsis. So this is the difference between effect of sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Urinary bladder, sympathetic effect relaxes urinary bladder. Parasympathetic nervous system contract urinary bladder, relax urinary bladder. So here one more time, increase heartbeat, decrease heartbeat, increase arterial pressure, decrease arterial pressure. Here accelerate peristalsis. Here relax urinary bladder, contract urinary bladder. Up to this, today's lecture completed. Hope that you understood everything. If you like the video, then you can subscribe my YouTube bioinfo channel. Tap the bell icon and like the video. If any doubt about today's lecture, mention in comment box. Thank you.